Hello friends, welcome to EduTap. I am Prakash. I am a company secretary and a law graduate, and I hope you guys are preparing very well for your upcoming SEBI Grade A Legal Officer examination. So if you are a law graduate, then this is a great opportunity for you to prepare for SEBI Grade A Legal Officer examination. So friends, today we are going to discuss the important MCQs related to part 6 of our Indian Constitution. So basically earlier we have covered the important MCQs related to previous parts of our Indian Constitution. So that is why we are going to cover the important MCQs related to part 6 of our Indian Constitution in this session. So this is going to be the lecture number 7th. So those who have not watched those previous sessions, they can watch those sessions by referring the link given in the description box below, right? Now let's proceed. So friends, here you are aware that we have launched a course related to SEBI Grade A Legal Officer examination. The course is for practicing 5,000 plus important MCQ course. Now the question is, why this MCQ course only? So basically, being a law graduate, you have already covered more than 90% of the syllabus mentioned in the SEBI Grade A Legal Officer examination. So students have been requesting us to come up with the MCQ course. That is why we have come up with the 5,000 plus MCQ course, right? These all 5,000 plus MCQs are related to paper 2 of your examination, that is the legal paper of your examination, and which is equally relevant for both phase 1 as well as phase 2 of your examination, right? If we talk about the important features of this course, then here we are providing the chapter-wise MCQs, that is the chapters or parts mentioned in the syllabus of your SEBI Grade A Legal Officer examination. We are providing MCQs accordingly, right? Another important feature is that we are providing 500 plus MCQs free of cost. That is, for 500 plus MCQs you do not need to pay anything. That is 1/10 of the content is provided free of cost, right? For that you do not need to pay anything. So if you want to avail this course, then you can check the link given in the description box below. And friends, we are also providing discount for this course, so you can also check that in the link given in the description box below, right? Now let's move to the content. But friends, if you are new here, if you haven't subscribed our YouTube channel yet, then do subscribe our YouTube channel as well as join our Telegram channel to get the latest updates as well as the PDF of this session. Now let's start with today's important content. So friends, if we talk about the question number first, then question number first is, which among the following can remove the governor of a state from the office? So your options are Legislative Assembly, Parliament, President, Supreme Court, or Chief Minister. So which of the following is correct? So the right answer is option number C, that is President, right? So President is empowered to remove the governor from the office. So if we talk about the explanation, then the term of the governor's office is normally 5 years, but it can be terminated earlier by dismissal by the president at whose pleasure the governor holds office, right? And second, resignation by the governor. So governor, if he himself want to resign, he can resign, or secondly, he can be removed by the president, who is the appointing authority, right? Now let's move to the question number second. So the question number second is, who administers the oath of office to the governor of a state? So your options are President of India, Chief Justice of State High Court, Advocate General of the State, Chief Justice of India, or Prime Minister. So which of the following is correct? So the right answer for question number 2 is option number B, that is Chief Justice of the State High Court, right? So the oath of office of the governor is administered by the Chief Justice of the State High Court, and if suppose Chief Justice of the State High Court is absent, then in that case the senior most judge of that court available is responsible for administering the oath, right friends? So I hope you got the clarity. Now let's move to the question number 3. So question number 3 is, which of the following amendment act of the Constitution provides for the appointment of one person as a governor of 2 or more states? Guys, being a law graduate, you have to have idea about all these minute details, because questions can be directly asked in your examination from all these important provisions, all these important minute details, right? So your options are Second Constitutional Amendment Act, Third Constitutional Amendment Act, Fifth Constitutional Amendment Act, Seventh Constitutional Amendment Act, or Ninth Constitutional Amendment Act. So which of the following is correct? So the right answer for question number 3 is option number D, that is the 7th Constitutional Amendment Act. So the 7th Constitutional Amendment Act 1956 facilitates the appointment of the same person as a governor for 2 or more states, right? Now let's move to the question number 4th. So the question number 4th is, which of the following article of the Constitution gives the governor the power to grant pardon in certain cases? Here you have to highlight the keyword that here we are referring article related to the power of governor to grant pardon, right? So your options are Article 165, Article 161, Article 155, Article 151 or Article 164. So which of the following is correct? So the right answer for this question is option number B, that is Article 161, right? Friends, similar same provision, same power is provided to the President of India as well. So you have to comment under which article the power is provided to the President, right? So this you have to comment. This is a homework for you. So if you read the explanation of question number 4, so Article 161 confers the power of clemency on the governor to grant pardon, etc. in certain cases. The governor of a state shall have the power to grant pardons, reprieves, respites or remissions of punishment, or to suspend, remit or commute the sentence of any person convicted of any offence against any law relating to matter to which the executive power of the state extends. Right? So you have to comment under which article of our Indian Constitution same power is provided to the President of India. Right? Now let's move to the question number 5th. So the question number 5th is, in which one of the following cases the discretionary power of governor under Article 163 of the Constitution were held subjected to judicial review? This is a very important question because this is related to an important landmark case. So this you have to have idea about, right? So what is the right answer? Your options are Mahavir Prasad Sharma versus Prafulla Chandra Ghosh, Pratap Singh Raoji Rao Rane versus Governor of Goa, Naban Rabia and Baman Felix versus Deputy Speaker, Naban Rabia and Baman Felix versus Speaker, or none of the above. So which of the following is correct? So the right answer for question number 5th is option number C, that is Naban Rabia and Baman Felix versus Deputy Speaker. So this is very important. This is a landmark case in 2016. So in 2016, the Supreme Court in Nabam Rabia and Baman Felix versus Deputy Speaker case, which is also known as the Arunachal Pradesh Assembly case, said that the power to summon the House is not solely vested in the governor and should be exercised with the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers and not his own, right? So basically in this case, the discretionary power of government was subjected to judicial review. So this you have to have idea, right? Now let's move to the question number 6. So question number 6 is, which one of the following article of the Indian Constitution deals with the power of governor to promulgate ordinances during recess of a legislature, right? During recess of legislature. So your options are Article 206, Article 208, Article 213, Article 212 or Article 211. So which of the following is correct? So the right answer for question number 6 is option number C, that is Article 213. So governor of an Indian state draws ordinance making power from Article 213 of the Constitution. This article empowers the governor to promulgate ordinance on urgent matter during recess of legislature. Friends, same provision, same power is given to the president also. So you have to comment under which article of our Indian Constitution same power, that is power related to promulgation of ordinances, is given to the President of India under which article of our Indian Constitution. So this you have to comment. Now let's move to the question number 7. But friends, one important thing, that being a law graduate, you are expected to have idea about all important provisions, all important articles of our Indian Constitution, as well as important sections of the different legislations, different acts, statutes provided in the syllabus of your SEBI Grade A legal officer examination. So because questions are directly asked from the articles or sections of the statute, right? So you have to have idea about. Now let's move to question number 7. So question number 7 is, under which article of the Constitution of India the state governor can reserve a bill for the consideration of the President of India? So your options are Article 169, Article 200, Article 201, Article 247 and Article 279. So which of the following is correct? So the right answer for question number 7 is option number B, that is under Article 200. So under Article 200 of the Indian Constitution deals with the powers of the governor with regard to assent given to bills passed by the state legislature and other powers of the governor, such as reserving the bill for the president's consideration. So under Article 200, of the Indian Constitution, governor gives the assent to the bill passed by the state legislature. Similarly, he has the power under Article 200 as well to refer the bill for president's consideration, right? So this power is derived from Article 200 of the Indian Constitution. Now let's move to the question number 8. So question number 8 is, a judge of a high court may be writing under his hand resign his office, right? To whom such resignation should be addressed? So your options are Chief Justice of High Court, Chief Justice of India, Governor of the state, President of India, or Speaker. So which of the following is correct? So the right answer for question number 8 is option number D, that is the President of India. Why this is so? Because President of India is the appointing authority, and when the appointing authority is President of India, then resignation has to be given to the appointing authority, that is the President of India. So the tenure of a high court judges is not fixed by the constitution, but they hold office until they attain the age of 62 years. A judge of a high court can resign his office by writing to the president any time after the appointment. So he has to give resignation to the President of India because he is the appointing authority, right? Now let's move to the question number 9. So the question number 9 is, which article in the Constitution of India relates to the control of the High Court over subordinate courts in matter of posting, promotions, leaves, etc. So the options are Article 226, Article 227, Article 235, Article 225, or Article 228. So which of the following is correct? So right answer for question number 9 is option number C, that is Article 235. So Article 235 of the Indian Constitution deals with the control over subordinate courts in all these matters, that is posting, matters related to posting, promotions, leaves, etc. Now let's move to the last but not the least, rather one of the most important question from part 6th. So the power to create or abolish legislative council in state is vested with which among the following? So your options are President of India, Chief Minister, Parliament of India, Governor of the concerned state, or State Legislative of the concerned state. State Legislative Assembly of the concerned state, right? So what is the right answer for question number 10th? So right answer for question number 10th is option number C, that is the Parliament of India. This is a good question which you have to have idea about. So Article 169 provides that Parliament may by law provide for the abolition of the Legislative Council of a state having such a council, or for the creation of such a council in a state having no such council, if the Legislative Assembly of the state passes a resolution to that effect by a majority of the total membership of the assembly and by a majority of not less than 2/3 of the members of the assembly present and voting. So if legislative council is to be created or is to be abolished, then the resolutions related to that have to be passed by the state legislative assembly of that concerned state, right? But the power to create or abolish the legislative council is given to the parliament. That is why this question is included here, because this is quite a tricky question. So you have to have idea, you have to have clarity about all these minute details in the provisions of the Constitution. So friends, this is all for our important MCQs from part 6th of our Indian Constitution. I hope you enjoyed the session. And friends, if you have any query related to SEBI Grade A Legal Officer Examination, or if you want to know something about SEBI Grade A Legal Officer Examination, then you can comment us. We will definitely try to cover that in a video, or for that we will record separate video as well to resolve your query. So we'll meet in another session. Till then, goodbye and have a good day, friends.